Welcome to the Wild Type Podcast. I'm Neptune the Chameleon.
I'm Lyssa Lizards.
And we're your reptile girlies. All right, we have a special guest today. We've got Vanessa.
Hello.
Welcome to the pod.
I'm so excited.
Maybe just bring the mic a little closer.
There we go. Super excited.
Yay. Okay, give a quick introduction. Let the people know who you are.
My name is Vanessa Costanzo. I'm Administrative Director for USARK, which is United States Association of Reptile Keepers. I also own a 4,000 square foot shop in Mesa, Arizona called The Pet Shop. And I also work for NARBC on the backside.
Basically doing all the jobs.
Absolutely.
All the things.
Literally everything.
Literally.
You're like the busiest person at every show we go to.
Also one of our favorite people to see you every time. So we wanted to interview Vanessa at the last show, but we missed you. So we're so glad that you're here.
I kind of changed plans last minute.
It happens. We get it. We understand.
I kind of found a boy.
We'll get into that. Don't you guys worry. Okay, so we're going to start off strong. First question. What got you into the reptile world and exotic pet world? Because you don't do just reptiles. What animal started it all for you?
Oh, that's a great question. So I actually grew up in a small country town, super small country town. So I had nothing better to do than to flip rocks and catch bugs.
Yep.
So I caught centipedes, scorpions, snakes, collared lizards, you name it, I was catching it. And then I was like the little kid pet zoo. I would have my friends come over. We would like do like tight ropes and stuff with these little geckos and stuff. And they'd be like, oh, this is so cool. I'm like, that one's going to be extra. Because that one walks the tightrope and it eats ants.
Wait, so were you selling them?
Not technically selling them, but like giving them away to people.
Oh, okay.
But then I'd be like, it's a quarter for this.
I was going to say, it's like the little, it's the mini kid version of your pet shop.
Literally.
You're like, okay, this is the inventory for the week.
Exactly.
These are what we have. If you guys want to take home a little critter, this is what I've got.
And nobody had containers for them. So they would take them home and then they would, run away and then they'd have to come back to me. So it was great. Yeah. So, but they learned a lot though too. So, and then of course we played with centipedes and scorpions, put them in like 2-liter bottles like normal kids would do.
Yeah.
I mean, who doesn't do that, right?
So outside of your herping adventures, what do you think was there one animal or one experience that kind of got you into like formal pet keeping?
Not really, surprisingly. No, I just have always wanted to work with animals. I just didn't know what way it was going to be. I thought it'd be veterinarian, but after you go through 5 years of college and they wanted 3 more, I'm like, oh gosh, I can't do this. Nope. So at 30, I was like, you know what? I'm going to open a pet shop. Yep, and I drew my pet shop on a napkin.
That's how the best ideas start.
On a napkin and was like, here it is. Opening a pet shop.
That's so
cool.
And
made it a full-line pet shop.
I love that. That's such like a unique, just because I feel like at least on my end, and I know your end, like most people have like one pet that it was like their very first pet. I love that for you it was very like natural, like all the wild critters, all that, and then you're like, well, I'm just going to go big or go home and open a whole pet store.
Yep, literally.
That's so wild.
Yeah, so I didn't have anything specifically. I had a cat when I was younger. That was it. Dogs, cats, nothing.
Wow.
But they were all outside. Like where I grew up, they weren't allowed inside. So they were outside pets. Yeah.
That is so crazy.
And now I'm like, all my dogs are in, everything has to live in my home. Yeah.
Oh, of course. I mean, us animal lovers, we're like, no, closer.
Yep, come in. Yep. So I didn't grow up that way where the dogs were allowed to come in the house. Dogs always stayed outside. Yeah.
So this is a perfect segue into what is going to be our next question of like, why did you start the pet shop? Like, talk us through the process, like how the idea came about, why you would want to open it, and then if you could go back, is there anything that you would do differently?
Ooh. So, I mean, originally I just knew I wanted to work with animals, and the veterinary school was not going to plan out. So I was like, I'm going to open a pet shop. And then I had actually worked for another pet shop too, for an older gentleman, and he was getting ready to retire. So I actually wanted to buy his shop, but he wanted a little bit too much. So he ended up actually full retiring at 80. And then I ended up buying a whole bunch of his stuff off of him and then started mine.
Oh, that's really smart, though. That's a really cool way to do it.
And then I learned so much from that shop. It was a 10,000 square foot shop with everything, too. So when I wanted to open my shop, I was like, I want everything, too. I want to breed gerbils so that kids can handle them so they're social and lovable, and hamsters and birds. Yeah.
Oh, I just love that. Yeah. You really went about everything the right way, it sounds like.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I love breeding things, too. So I used to breed everything under the sun.
Well, everything. And I did just see on your social media that you've got some monkey-tailed skinks breeding. The reptile girlies know that's my jam.
Yeah. And they were breeding again. So they just had donkey. So it's Chuck and Fiona. They just had donkey. No, a couple months ago. and they're already having fun again. And I'm like, wow. Like nothing like letting your kid grow up a little bit before you're going to have another one. Jeez. But I mean, they love their habitat. Aww. They're awesome.
Clearly they're well taken care of, or they wouldn't, because they are kind of hard to breed.
They are hard to breed.
That's very exciting.
Yeah. So I'm super stoked.
So your store has fish, birds, reptiles. Like it's truly a pet shop.
Yep,
It's not
pet shop.
It's not just a reptile shop.
Yep.
It's not just any of that. So like, which ones are your favorites and why?
I don't have any favorites, but I have a lot of ambassadors. So, like, I have Shrek and Fiona, my monkey-tailed skinks. I have Poppy and Branch, which are my Leachianus pair. I have my flight river turtle, Miss Piggy, who has a little nubby.
I love her.
She's so freaking cute, and she's such a beggar. Oh, my God.
We talked about that species. We did an episode on basically weird-looking reptiles, and that was one that we talked about.
I just laughed. I saw her. Somebody posted her on Facebook needing a new home, and I was like, I don't need a fly river turtle.
Oh, yeah, you do.
Send it to my team, and I was like, tell me we don't need a fly river turtle. And they're like, well, we do have that 105-gallon tank open right now. I was like, well, no, you guys are supposed to say no.
Enablers.
Yeah, my team is complete. They were trying to convince me to keep a cockatiel lately. Like, yeah. But I already have my macaw, so I'm like, guys, macaw, cockatiel, and then we have so many different ambassadors for the shop. So
let me ask you this, maybe an easier question, maybe a harder question. So were there any animals that were on your absolutely not, I'm not going to have this in my reptile shop?
Oh, all the time. Yep.
Okay.
So sulcatas are not allowed in my shop.
Okay.
There's too many that need homes, so I don't bring sulcatas in at all. I have taken a few in from the rescues before and helped rehome those.
Sure.
Iguanas, I do not do green iguanas at all. I don't do pacus, I don't do Oscars, so I have different things in different lines in my shop that I won't bring in. Yep.
Yeah.
And then I actually work with a rescue. So she'll actually bring in bunnies, guinea pigs. Sometimes I take in bearded dragons from her, and then she makes most of the proceeds from it.
Okay.
So we put them up for adoption, and I make enough just for the food, the bedding, and then everything else goes to the rescue, straight to the rescue.
Okay. So how long have you had your reptile shop then?
13.
13
years.
It's a teenager.
Yeah, it's a teenager. Yep, it's a teenager. But I did it wrong. So every time it hits 10 years, I'm also going to hit 10 years. So my 10-year anniversary of my shop, I hit 40. My 20, I'm going to be 50. I know, nothing like double whammy. I'm like...
But this could be like, a double celebration.
Yeah, it
right?
is a double celebration. But yeah, it's funny sometimes because I'm like...
This is why we love her, because she always puts the positive spin on things. she's very much like, that's double celebration.
Yeah. Double zeros.
Yeah. Okay, circling back to one of the questions we asked earlier. So what would you do differently though, right? Like 13 years, you all this stuff from this guy who, had a very successful pet shop and career, looking back on it, or advice for maybe anyone who's looking to open a pet shop, like what would you say?
Save more money.
Okay.
When I first opened the shop, I had saved up enough that I thought to open
like an
the
emergency
shop.
fund?
Yeah, so I had put stuff in savings for a long, long time because I kind of knew I was going to do something in the long run. And then when I opened it, I put all my money into it. And then customers are like, are you guys closing? Like, you guys don't have a lot on your shelf. I'm like, no, this was all I could afford right now. I'm like, wait till I build it up,
Okay, people say that with our shirt designs, though, because we only had 3 designs and only so many sizes. And they're like, well, when are you going to have more designs and more? I'm like, this is what we can afford. Also, we only have 2 microphones, guys, because this is what we can afford. This is what we can afford.
It's not cheap.
So give us time, right? We have new designs. We'll eventually get a 3rd microphone.
Let people grow.
But it's expensive.
It does. It's so expensive to start a shop. Even 13 years ago, just looking into POS systems, they were like, it's like 10 grand. I was like, what? I'm like, for that? But I have to have that. So it's like those things. You're like,
but that's not one of the fun parts of owning a pet shop. No. Why would I want to spend my money on that? That's crazy.
No. So it's, that would be the biggest thing. I tell people to save up. Definitely save more money so you can have a fully stocked store so people don't think that you're closing when you're just opened up, when it's your grand opening.
Honestly, people need to give it a little more grace.
Yeah, a little bit more grace, yes.
It's a lot of work, even with a small inventory. That's a ton of work.
Yep.
Okay, so this was one of my questions just because I'm really nosy and I like to know these things. So basically, when I think of pet shop, I just think there's so many things that could go wrong and so many things that could happen. I know some of our local pet shops, they, like you said, they get rescues all the time. They get different things all the time. People come in with crazy weird questions. So what is one of the craziest things that's ever happened in your pet shop?
I think the craziest thing that happens in my shop is when people try to bring me animals that they've taken in from other places and then they expect me to be able to take them.
Oh, yeah.
All the time. And then they get mad at me because I can't take, this huge fish because my tanks are only 20 gallons. So I don't buy in big fish. I don't sell big fish for a reason. So my tanks are only 20 gallons. So when you bring it in a huge Oscar and expect me to take it and I can't take it, they get very upset with me.
Oh,
then they'll go write a review.
More grace.
Yeah.
We need more grace, guys.
Yeah. Well, and when I explain to them, like, hey, where did you buy this from? Maybe reach out to them, and see if they can take it. Yeah. So I want to take in as many animals as I can, and I do, but I only have so much means in my pet shop.
Absolutely. I'm going to challenge you, though, because I feel like that's like a C+ crazy story. I want the, like, fish that jumped out of the tank or the bird that, like, flew around the store and pooped on a kid. Like, do you have any of those stories?
No, my team's so good.
Oh.
We have so many policies in
nice.
place. Yeah, I mean, the saddest thing that's happened recently is Moana, my tegu, passed away from old age.
Yes,
so she's been been an ambassador for so long, and I was out of town at a show, and my team, like, I felt my team, like, Hayden called me crying, and I'm like, what happened? Because whenever I leave town, something always happens. A tank leaks or explodes, and I'm so calm. My team, they just laugh at me. They're like, the Red Sea exploded, and I'm like, okay, no worries. It's only like 150 gallons of water on the thing. I was like, move the corals into our frag
this
tanks
is why
and
you're
fish.
not sharing, because to you it's like another day in the shop.
It is literally another day. We
Yeah.
had power. Oh, power outage. Yeah, that was super fun, and I was there.
That is so stressful. I can't even fathom.
With all the refugiums, all the fish, all the animals, the ACs that you have to run for the animals. So, yeah, power goes off, and it's like no storm or anything. So I'm like looking at my team. I'm like, okay, cool. Midday, 2 o'clock, power's out. We got this. I'm like, all right, refugium checks. Everybody go make sure the refugiums aren't overflowing. I was like, if worse comes to worse, I'll go grab my generator. We'll get the air pumps running again.
Yeah.
So I always have backup plans.
This is why we all need a generator, and it is also on my future to get list, because when we've had like bad storms or like cold snaps or whatever, I'm always like, we need a generator just in case.
Literally. I mean, so most people can get like a battery operated pump for their fish tank. I have 130 individual freshwater tanks alone. So it's 4,000 gallons of freshwater. So I couldn't imagine trying to put 140 different things. You know what I mean?
Oh my gosh.
It'd be mind-blowing.
That'd be wild.
It was wild. So our customers were so understanding, though.
Oh, see, that's the nice part.
We took them around with flashlights. And we told them if they wanted, they could
that's
pay.
That's the crazy story we were looking for.
Yeah.
That's funny.
We took them around with flashlights, and we're like, well, you have to pay with cash, though, because our credit card machine's not working at this time. And then we had to get the key for the register, because the register won't even open. And we were handwriting receipts out.
That happened to me at McDonald's. The amount of times you've gone to like a fast food place, right? And it's like 16-year-old working at the front, and they're like, I don't get paid enough to like deal with.
To try to figure this out. Yep.
And they're like doing scribble math on the piece of paper and like giving you imaginary tax, and I'm like, you just charged me like 40% tax, but it's fine.
You're like, it's supposed to be a 0.0 something tax, buddy.
I'm like, this is fine. I just want my chicken nuggets and my fries.
I'm hungry right now, so
I'll pay whatever you tell me. Okay, we're going to move into a surprise question.
Oh.
And it's not really a question, but it's just a segment that we like to do called blind ranking.
Ooh.
So how this works is we have a list of 5 animals,
okay,
and you're going to rank them 1 through 5,
okay,
1 being the best, 5 being the worst.
Okay.
But you don't know what these 5 are.
Ooh.
So I'm going to give you one, and you have to just put it somewhere on the list without knowing
what's coming next.
What comes next.
This is a segment we usually do just between the two of us, and it's very fun because she will always like stump me, and then I'll get like one of my like least favorite animals as like the first one and all kinds of stuff. So
that's my favorite.
Yeah,
go
like,
goldfish.
we'll be very sneaky with like our lists for each other because we know what each other likes, so it's very fun.
It's gonna be fun.
So these are all exotic pets.
Okay.
Right? This is not just reptiles. So the first one you have to put it in one of the spots, is a macaw.
Man. So 1's my low and 5's my high?
No, 1's your high, 5's your low.
2.
A 2? Okay, talk us through it.
I love macaws.
Okay.
I have a blue and gold macaw. His name is Maui, and his favorite word is bananas. He literally asks you if you want a banana every morning. I go, hi, good morning, Maui. And he's like, do you want a banana?
He's like a little monkey.
He is. He's so everything in my shop, actually, their favorite foods are bananas. My macaw,
That's so
yep, my
cute.
iguanas, yep.
I have fed my blue tongue skink some bananas from time to time, and she does really go crazy for them. So.
Okay, but bananas have different ripeness levels, right?
Yep.
Like, I refuse to eat a banana that has a single brown spot on it. To me, that is like too ripe. So what have you found with like your animals? Do they have banana ripeness preferences? Doesn't matter.
And I hate bananas.
Okay.
Me too.
I don't like them at all.
Mine
like the
has
texture.
to have
I'm
just
like
a little bit of green still on it, right? That to me is like perfect ripeness. If it's too hard that I can't nicely peel it, and if it has a brown spot, that's like on the thread. You both look at me like I'm crazy.
I'm like, I touch it and then I smell it and I'm like, oh, nope, oop.
It's like a texture thing for me, ripe or not ripe. I hate the entire texture as a whole. So, okay.
I didn't know you didn't like bananas, so this is news for me.
I don't. Yeah.
I mean, I've never seen you eat one, but
yeah.
Everyone's been asking Pangea to make their PVC enclosures in even bigger sizes, and they have delivered.
Their new high-quality PVC enclosures are not only bigger at 22 by 17 by 36 inches, but they also feature easier assembly, better ventilation, and they're perfectly sized to fit side by side on your metal shelving units.
I can't wait to try these enclosures out for my new Caledonian geckos. They are perfect for your arboreal geckos, frogs, snakes, and even more. Check them out at PangeaReptile.com.
Okay, Neptune, what are your top 2 feeder bugs for all your critters?
Dubious for protein and black soldier fly larvae for lots of calcium.
Simpton offers a wide variety of insects like silkworms, dubia roaches, waxworms, and our favorites, black soldier fly larvae.
I've also heard the entomologists at Simpton have customized the diet of their black soldier fly larvae to maximize their calcium content, so there's no need to dust them with calcium.
So if you're interested in trying them out, use code THEWILDTYPE at SimptonBSF.com for 15% off your order. By now you've heard us talk all about Scratches, the social app that helps exotic pet owners like us find their people.
You can add photos of you and all your scaly babies, set your filter to reptiles, and start scrolling through your local pet parents who get it. Think of Scratches as your way of avoiding the ever-looming "so do you have any pets?" question. Whether you're looking for friendship, romance, or someone who can pet sit your critters, your community is just a new match away.
Download Scratches today and start connecting with reptile keepers in your area. Available on iOS and Android.
Okay, you do the next animal.
Okay, so the next one is a red-eared slider.
Come on. That's another thing I actually won't bring into my shop, just so you know.
Really?
Yep.
Okay.
No, we have a sanctuary that has so many that need homes for it.
100%.
So nope, won't bring those in. Oh man, this is no like it's not fun right now.
Sorry.
I'm gonna go with 5, and I'm hoping I'm gonna get this right.
Honestly, though, that like we kind of put it on there because it is one of those reptiles that very much like. A lot of people have them. A lot of people sell them. They also end up everywhere. They end up in every pond everywhere. It's a whole thing.
I had a red-eared slider named Fred. Yep.
So we have one more, or 3 more, but the next one, leopard gecko.
Oh, I love leopard geckos.
Me
They're so
too.
cute.
They're
and when
cuties.
they come out of the egg and they're like,
see, I have never experienced that, and so if you have a video, please send it to me.
Oh my
because
gosh.
I would really love to see that.
They're so cute when they come out. They think they're so big and so tough. They're like little pterodactyls.
Because I'm always a sucker for a leopard gecko because mine is my oldest and my first, and he just always they're just little smiles.
They
they're
are
little faces.
smiles and little eyes and little eyelashes.
I
like
know.
they look like they have a little makeup on.
They
They're
100% do.
so cute. So cute.
Okay, so where are you putting it? You have
Let's go
1, 3, and 4 left.
3.
3?
Yeah, I'm
okay.
gonna put that in the middle and hoping there's some good ones coming.
Okay. Next up, we have a betta fish.
Oh,
And
betas are awesome.
how do
They're
you
awesome.
pronounce it? Do you say
I say beta.
beta?
Yeah. Beta
Okay.
fish.
Because we've chatted with some folks at like LA Pet Fair, right? Or we've gone
Betta.
to Aquashella and they say betta.
Yep.
I grew up saying beta, and it's like saying Oregon, and they think I just like totally butchered the name. But you're a professional,
Yeah.
so
I feel if people know what you're saying, you're okay. Beta, beta, yeah.
Okay.
Biker, bishare. I mean, people pronounce them all different. Like, people come in and they're like, can I get a bishare? And I'm like, oh, you mean a biker? Oh, yes, absolutely.
Okay,
Let's
so
put
you
beta
have
at
1 and 4.
4.
Okay.
My number 1's going to be great. I know
think,
it. It's gonna
I
be great.
think you'll be very happy with this. Number 1 by default is a monkey tail skink.
Yay! I did good though.
Yes.
Yay.
No, I
Monkey-tail
feel like-
skink, and then my macaw.
Yep.
Fantastic leopard geckos.
Yep.
Yeah,
And then a
see?
betta, and then a red
betta,
ear.
Yeah.
In all honesty, that would have been my exact ranking as well. So you
Love
nailed it.
Yeah, that was good. I got lucky. Kinda.
I personally would have put macaw probably at number 5.
I love
And this is only because I'm not a big bird person. So I would have gone monkey tail skink, leopard gecko, then what would I have put? Yeah, maybe a betta fish, beta fish, whatever. Then and I
That
love
one fish.
turtles,
Yeah.
and then macaw.
I love
yeah.
turtles. Red-eared sliders yeah.
But the little feet
Oh, they're so cute.
swimming,
I mean, I
they're
have a fly
adorable.
river turtle. Come on.
I mean,
I love my turtles.
Nobody's going to be like, woo, I want a bunch of red-eared sliders when you have a fly river.
We actually don't even sell
like,
water turtles at the shop either.
Really?
No, because they need big homes.
Well, and that's
most of them belong in ponds. I'll do like box turtles and stuff, but water
Yeah.
turtles, they're hard to house properly.
Totally. I love turtles, and I would love to have a fly river, but like any other turtle species, water specifically, I wouldn't do it either. So, okay, our next question, because you obviously do this a lot, I'm sure, and I'm sure your staff does it a lot, and obviously you train them, like all these things. So how do you go about helping people select the right pet for them?
So we're an educational shop 100%. So when our customers come in, we ask questions. And they come in with, wanting something sometimes.
Right.
So they're like, oh, I want a bunny. So then we start off, do you know how long bunnies live? That's our biggest question, because they live a lot longer than people realize.
So much longer.
So up to 15 years.
Wow.
So is that a commitment you want to make for 15 years? And then we actually let them smell the bedding sometimes, so they can smell that ammonia. They can see what they're going to be dealing with, those kinds of things. Are you allergic to hay?
Yeah.
So we ask so many questions. We're very, very hands-on in our shop. So anytime somebody's buying something, unless it's one of our regulars, we ask all those questions. How long has your tank been set up? How big is your tank going to be for this bearded dragon? Are you willing to upgrade to a 40-gallon once it's going to start getting bigger in 6 months? Or why not just start with the bigger tank? Do you have space for this tank? So yeah, we're super educational.
Oh, cool. So do you guys ever kind of steer people in different directions?
Absolutely.
Okay.
All the time.
Okay.
All the time. They come in
Nice.
thinking something because they've seen a video or read a book, and you're like, no, not what you see all the time. So I always tell people, if you're online, 3 experts. I want you to check your sources with 3 different ones, and then you're in
Love
rockstar
that.
status. Don't, unless you can find your one person to follow 24/7. You know what I mean? If you find your special person, awesome. Then bring that, follow that person and stick to that person.
Right.
So, so we're very, very educational, and we actually talk people out of pets. So yeah,
More often, yeah.
Yeah, we actually do more often talk people out of pets than anything else. Yep.
Okay, so this is an off the cuff question, because I think this is top of mind for a lot of folks, especially when you're coming to a pet shop. So they come in, they're wanting this animal, you recognize that it's not a good fit, but they do really, really want, say, a reptile, for example.
Yep.
What are some of your go-to beginner reptile species? And obviously the term beginner reptile is a little stigmatized, and we did a whole episode on beginner versus advanced and all that, but like maybe a first-time reptile is a better way to think about it.
So we're the kids' first pet type of shop
Yeah.
when it comes to reptiles. So I have crested geckos, gargoyles, leopard geckos, bearded dragons, ball pythons, corn snakes. So I'm not the cool pet shop that has all the crazy things. We have the very normal, great kids first pets. So it just kind of varies. Like if the parents are afraid of bugs, or I don't want to come get bugs, let's talk about crested geckos, and it's a vertical space. It makes it a little easy for people to do vertical space versus horizontal. It just kind of varies. And then we also look at the kids that we're dealing with too. Are they ready for a bigger pet? Are they ready to take on this pet? Because you got to start somewhere. You know what I mean? So you don't want to talk these kids out of things, but
Correct.
you also want to
you
make
want to set
sure.
them up for success, though.
Exactly. Well, yeah, you don't want their animal dying.
No.
That kills me.
Absolutely not.
When people tell me stories about they got something and it died, it crushes me, because nobody wants to deal with that.
No.
That's sad.
No.
It's sad for us. I can only imagine being a kid and dealing with that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah, we don't want that. So most of our stuff is captive bred too.
Do you have chameleons?
We do.
See?
We do them here and there. So
Okay.
usually it's Vales and Jacksons, and then we have Da Vinci, who's our panther chameleon, who's our
Yes.
ambassador.
Yes, I love Da Vinci.
He's leaving us very soon.
Oh, he's kind of getting up
he's
there.
He's on bed rest right now at the shop, so we're hand feeding and soaking daily, because he's gonna leave us soon. So
Can I ask how old Da Vinci is?
our guest is about 8 years old now.
Okay.
So,
So
yeah.
well up there.
Very well up there, yeah.
Yeah.
But he's doing the old man walk and crotchety, and I'm like, no. And his horn rooms now. He's looking at him like, and I'm like, no, Da Vinci.
Yeah.
We're not ready for it. Yeah. So
No, I get
Peyton, one of my employees, is his carekeeper for the most part. He is on top of him all the time, and he keeps giving me updates while I've been gone. I'm like,
Oh, it's heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we know that all too well. We definitely want to do an episode at some point talking about elderly chameleon care and elderly pet care in general, because that is something that unfortunately people don't really think about when they're getting their first pet and going about that. But this kind of goes a little bit into our next question. So obviously, like we just said, elderly pets, things like that. But sometimes it's not so much elderly pets, it's the fact that they weren't necessarily properly cared for, mistakes were made, those kind of things. So what are some of the most common mistakes that you see people make, either whether it be your customers or people coming in looking for help? Like, what are some of the most common mistakes you see?
Lighting. Yeah. Always lighting. So some of the kits that people purchase at bigger box stores come with way too much lighting or the wrong lighting.
Oh,
so
too much is interesting. Yeah.
So they put too many bulbs in there.
Wow.
And then people think that they should be using it even though it's not set up for their animal properly.
Right.
Like I'll get people that buy ball pythons and they'll put a heat pad and a basking lamp.
Oh, wow.
And then their ball pythons are getting hot. They're not eating. They're not shedding properly. And then I start I'm like, okay, take a picture of your tank. Let's see what's going on here. And that's
You're
my
immediately
first thing. I'm like,
there's like 7 lights.
I'm like, I understand that you want a light to be able to see your ball python.
For sure.
But if you've got a heat pad on there, then go get an LED strip. Just throw an LED strip on there.
Yeah.
Don't do the double heat there.
Right.
And then if they don't want to do heat pad, obviously, then do the bulb, but make sure it's in one side of the tank, not in the middle of the tank, because they still need to be able to regulate and go to where their cool side, their hot side. So a lot of it's just lighting for me. And then obviously substrate too.
Of course.
So when it comes to reptiles, fish, it's water quality. We do free water testing for our customers so we can make sure that their water quality is good. We teach them about the nitrogen cycle, and then when they know that now. So then they know how to take care of their tanks. Yeah. So our biggest complaint is that their fish don't die.
Oh, wow.
So most of our customers set up new tanks because they want other fish, and we're like, well, you can't do any fish in that tank because it's still going good, So
Interesting.
Yeah. So lighting's the biggest in reptiles in the reptile community.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yep.
And like UVB is super intimidating, and how we just did an episode not too long ago on different types of enclosures, right? And it's like, it's not a one size fits all type of thing. So you have to recognize the differences between all the different lighting, and then be mindful of your environment, right? You're based out of Arizona.
Yep.
That's going to have different challenges, pros and cons, right? Than other areas where people are keeping, and some species are going to be a little easier for that environment versus others are going to be more challenging. So there's nuances that come with that. Absolutely.
Oh yeah, if my pet shop was in another state, it'd be a whole different world for me. I would have to change things up if it's a colder temperature. I mean, we're always hot and hotter, so it's a lot easier for me to deal with my customers on that. But I mean, ZoomEd has great lighting stats. They show you everything. We even have one of their little, I can never remember the name of that tool where we can check bulbs for customers.
Solar meter?
Yeah, solar meters, yep. And then about the nail polish too, the Del Sol nail polish.
Oh, that changes in the sun.
So we send customers with it on one of our business cards, and they can take it and put their bulb over, and if it doesn't color up, then you know that your bulb's dead.
This is like a 90s throwback.
Yeah, it's
I loved that nail polish as a kid, and I never one time would have ever thought about using that for bulb testing. That is so brilliant.
So it's a good start for our customers, and then obviously they can bring their bulb in and we'll test it the other way, but that's a great way to send it home.
Do you know roughly what the UV index has to be in order for the color to change?
No.
Okay, I was just curious.
No, it's an old trick that I've known. I mean, I've been in the hobby for 25 plus years, so it's something that we've used back in the day, and I still use it because it's kind of funny because our customers are like, is that nail polish? I'm like, yeah.
A reptile girly through and through.
Here's some nail polish. Take this home. Let me know what the bulb does. Does it color up or not? Yeah, exactly.
That's fabulous. I love that so much. Okay, so speaking of reptile girlies, what advice would you give to a girl in the reptile hobby?
Follow your dreams. It's not easy sometimes being a woman or a girl in this industry. I have definitely gotten a lot of naysayers and a lot of people that didn't think I was going to succeed. And when I first opened my business, they actually posted things on Facebook saying, oh, she'll never make it, blah, blah, blah. So guess what I did? I took their faces.
Well, you told us the story. Okay, because it just jogged my memory. Okay, please tell everyone else, because I think this is the best thing ever.
So I had 7 naysayers, and I said negative things about me opening a store. I would never succeed, blah, blah, blah. So I took their faces, and I took what they said about me, and I posted on the front door of my business and put 86. So I worked in bars for a long time. So when it's 86, it means you are not allowed to come in. You are not welcome.
The no-fly list. Yep.
No. So their friends would actually take pictures and be like, you're not allowed to go to the shop. And what you said, what is wrong with you? So 6 out of those 7 gentlemen actually ended up apologizing, and are customers of my shop.
There you go.
So I understand being a keyboard warrior. I understand all those things, but at least give somebody a chance before you do that. That's not okay. You don't know where I came from. You don't know anything about me. You don't know the care.
Also, don't underestimate me.
Absolutely.
Why? What little you know about me.
Absolutely.
How do you ever have any idea that I will or will not succeed?
Yep.
That is so wild
they
to
didn't.
me.
And that actually drives me more.
I was going to say, we love to be underestimated.
Yeah, please. Underestimate me and see what happens. Like, I'll put my mind to something and it's done.
Oh, yeah.
It's done.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay, kind of a sentimental question.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you've achieved your dreams with the reptile shop?
No.
Or not the reptile, pet shop.
With the pet shop? No, absolutely not.
More to come?
I actually want to open a bed and breakfast sanctuary.
Stop.
Would that not be the coolest? So you would
Yes.
get to come and stay on property. I love to take care of people and food and cooking
Dibs.
and all that. Yeah,
Dibs.
right?
Dibs on
Right.
like your first reservation.
Right.
Like
And then
dibs.
you get to play with the animals at the same time and take care of them.
This
and
is a
then I
dream.
could have cooler things too. I could have so much more ambassadors.
This is where you could get all the stuff you really wanted, and it could be a tax write-off.
Exactly.
and you could get everything you ever wanted and keep it in there.
And then people could learn about animals at the
Brilliant.
same time and care for the animals and see if they're interested in those animals or not, or just a fun whole atmosphere.
This is a brilliant, fantastic idea.
Bed and
I love
breakfast
this.
sanctuary.
Oh, well, keep me on your books.
Right?
No,
Because the zoo's out of the picture. I'm unless I win a Powerball, the zoo. Yeah, it's just too expensive to own a zoo. Try to
Same.
open a zoo.
This is
yeah.
why we have them in our living rooms.
Right.
Because
Right.
that's as close as we're going to get.
Our zoos are in our homes.
Yep.
Not anymore for me.
Are you looking for a new enclosure for one of your reptile babies? Be sure to check out Cages with a K. Each enclosure is made to order by their team in Minnesota, which means they can even do custom builds.
The enclosures are made from high-quality PVC with tempered glass doors allowing for superior heat and humidity retention. They offer screen tops, side vents, and belly heat customization options to ensure the ideal setup for any environment.
So whatever dream home you want built, Cages has you covered. Use code WILDTYPE50 to get $50 off any order over $300 at reptilecages.com.
Do you sell reptiles? Be sure to check out the Palm Street app, a place where you can have your very own live auctions to help find your reptiles amazing homes in a community full of thousands of reptile lovers. To apply to be a seller, go to page.palmstreet.app/reptile.
They prioritize ethical breeding and trading practices, ensuring all reptiles on their platform come from responsible sources. Once approved, Palm Street's reptile team will guide you through every step. From setting up your reptile shop to going live for the first time, you'll get hands-on support to sell confidently, safely, and responsibly.
We're so excited to introduce the Reptile Girlies to our favorite reptile-friendly coffee and tea brand, Cold Blooded Caffeine. Our favorite thing about them is that they donate 5% of all their proceeds to wildlife conservation to ensure reptiles and amphibians have a place to call home in the wild, as well as in our homes.
And if you know me, you know I'm obsessed with herbal teas. So for any of our fellow tea lovers, they source some of the highest quality loose leaf teas in the world.
Cold Blooded Caffeine offers a wide variety of coffee like their Rainforest Blend, single origin options, and collaborations with some of the biggest names in the reptile world.
For 25% off your first order, use code WILDTYPE at coldbloodedcaffeine.com.
Okay, shifting vibes a little bit, I guess, because we are a girly reptile podcast.
Yep.
We do talk about dating, boys and girls.
Yep.
Does your boyfriend keep reptiles? No. Because I find this, because neither does her husband, neither does my boyfriend, and like there's plenty of couples who do it together,
Yep.
right? And I love that for them.
Yep.
Or I love this too. One will be in the fish hobby, and then one will be into birds or
Yep.
reptiles, right? Like they kind of are like running
Yep.
in similar circles, but have their own thing.
He's a big goose egg. Dogs.
Nothing.
Dogs.
Just dogs.
The first time, like, he asked me, like, when he was going to come over, he's like, what animals do you have at your house? And I had thousands of animals at my house because I used to breed everything for the store.
Sure.
But then I started traveling with USARK, so it made it a little harder to put a 13-page presentation together for somebody to watch
Yeah.
your house. Like, a little challenging. So I was like, oh, just 2 dogs and my macaw. You know, the macaw goes back and forth to the shop. And then, Maui comes home. He's my baba.
Maybe we rewind then, because it's not like he knew you had all of these to begin with. So like
No.
the initial conversation, because our very first episode was dating with reptiles, where you go on that first date and they ask you,
Yep.
do you have any pets?
Yep.
And you try and keep your answers as simple as possible, right?
Yep.
You say yes.
Yes.
And then they're like, oh, do you have a dog? And then you say, yes. And then they ask the dreaded, do you have anything else? And then you're like,
Maybe.
yes. So talk us through how'd that go for you?
So it was more challenging just because he doesn't like reptiles. Like, he's not into reptiles or bugs or anything. So he's like, there's no snakes or anything. Because one of my profile pictures on the dating was a big anaconda wrapped around me. Like 120 plus anaconda wrapped around.
We love the anaconda representation.
Right.
We love it.
I mean, what's a better way to introduce yourself to me?
Well, 100%. And it's so funny. I've talked about this in the past, but when I was dating, I was a little bit more on the DL about the reptile stuff, because I was just a little nervous. And so, but then there are a lot of people who go the complete opposite direction. I would be very different now if I was ever single again.
Yeah.
But
I just put it out there.
because you're like, hey, there's an anaconda.
Yep.
Are you into it? Are you not?
Yeah.
Let's move on.
Yeah, exactly. Like you're either going to be okay with this or not.
Yes, absolutely.
So yeah, the first time I took him to the shop was definitely, he was like the person that's like afraid to get too close to the cage. Just like, oh, is this going to come in? I'm like, oh my goodness. It's
like,
not going to jump out.
queen.
Yeah, you're going to be just fine. You're going to be just fine. I promise you.
Oh, man.
And even at the show, like he's done really good though. He's like asking questions. He loves the Euro that's over here. Oh my God, who doesn't love that Euro though? Oof.
So how many dates were you guys in before he found out that you have like the pet shop?
He came to the shop I want to say about a month after we'd been dating.
Okay.
Because I was like, I want him to get a feel for this just to make sure.
Yes.
Because I've had guys come to the shop and then that was the deal breaker.
Yeah.
Like they're like, I'm out.
But when did you tell him?
Not really quick into it, I don't
Okay.
think. No.
Okay.
No, because
Because mine was second date.
no. I kept it for
Mine was first date, and I was like, he actually technically asked the dreaded pet question right before the first date, and I was like, let's just wait till the first date and I'll show you pictures.
Yeah. Let's hold back on that. Yeah, I showed him some pictures. I think I was more afraid just because of owning a pet shop. A lot of people were,
Well,
it's
that's also
different.
like, you're a big business lady.
That was the other problem I
You're
ran
like
into.
large and in charge.
Yeah.
Like that's a big, that can be a little bit intimidating to some people.
It was over intimidating to a lot of people.
Oh, I'm sure.
So I tried to introduce people to that as quick as possible so
Yeah.
that I'd be like, well, this is what I do.
This is who
And
I
I
am.
travel a lot and I own a pet shop and I'm busy.
And I'm running the world.
Yeah. One day at a time.
From the reptile industry.
From the reptile, yep,
exactly.
exactly. Yeah. So he's doing a lot better with it. Obviously, at the show, he came and walked around, so that was a big step for him.
Yeah.
So, but in all honesty, I don't know that I want him into it. Because then he can never say no. I'll be like, I'm getting this, and he'll be like, oh,
because he knows nothing.
He knows nothing, right? Guess what I'm picking up.
We just trick him. That's
Yeah,
the
exactly.
move.
Yep. And then he'll never know. I'll just put it in the shop as an ambassador, and then there you go.
And then you're like, oh no, I did it again.
I don't know where a 12-foot Burmese python came from.
What are we talking
Yeah,
about?
Exactly.
No.
I don't know how my mini rhino iguana just, or not Cuban, my Cuban is now
I love
rhinos
those.
too. Oh, I have somebody that has a pair of rhinos right now. I'm like, no, don't do it.
I love rhino iguanas.
Don't do
I'm not a big fan of like green iguanas just because
no.
they freak me out a little bit. But the rhino iguanas, I'm such a sucker for.
Their eyes,
I know.
they're so cute.
They're so precious.
my newest one, Minnie, her eyes are just adorable.
And they tend to be a lot calmer too. Is that
Yep.
accurate?
Yep.
I always hear that, but I'm like, how true is it?
It's how you work with them, though, too. You got to keep that in mind. So when I first got my Tegu, she was spunky. Yeah. And it took me a while to get her to where she would chillax.
Especially
and come to
as
shows with me.
babies. I feel like they're really chaotic.
Yep. And I got her when she was a couple years old, too, on top of
Okay.
it. So she was,
All kinds of crazy.
Yeah, oh, yeah. But I was like, I'm in.
Okay, so switching gears a little bit.
Yep.
So you have obviously been in the hobby for 25 years,
Yeah,
right? Like
ish.
you, like 20 plus years. Like
Yeah.
you have been around for a hot minute.
Yeah.
So obviously you have had community
Yep.
here
Yep.
for years. Like you've established yourself. You've like made your friends, made your reptile family, your reptile besties, all of that. But if you were to start over, completely from scratch, and you started in the hobby, you got your first pet, you're like, this is really interesting, and you wanted to find community, how would you go about that? And with like all your experience now, like if you could do it ideally in that way, what would that look like?
If I was younger, I would probably look into YouTubers and podcasters. Honestly,
We're
that's how
right
I
here,
do.
guys.
Yep. If at my age, mid 40s, I would probably just go to shows and stuff and just start learning about things. I mean, the biggest thing is education. Educate yourself with things. So I'd probably go to shows or maybe find like a community, like a Facebook group or something that has a lot to do with that, and then meet up with people.
I think reptile shops and pet shops
Yep.
can also be a really good resource
Yep.
for finding community because it's local,
Yep.
right? Versus sometimes online, you can have that relationship, but like we ended up living in the same city coincidentally, but we also have friends that are online that we see maybe once every couple of years when we happen to be at the same show. But if you go to the reptile shop, like
Yep.
you can become friends with the employees, especially if you're picking up your feeders
Yep.
on a regular basis. You can learn what they keep, what their projects are, and then I think that can be a really great way to build relationships. Have you considered doing any like community events through your shop?
So I don't do community events, but I am a sponsor for like AHA, which is our Arizona Herpetological Association group.
Okay,
so I
cool.
do that. And then SAS, which is our Southwest Aquatic Society. So like I sponsor different clubs. fish clubs and reptile clubs.
So that could be a great way to meet people too, is through that.
And then I'll actually go there too when I'm actually in town. I'll go and hang out with everybody and see what's going on and help them with fundraising and that kind of stuff too. So yeah,
amazing,
donate.
amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
Just get involved
can
in
be
your
hard
community.
to find your people, but I think we've done a couple episodes now on like talking through that. But finding people who keep similar species or species you would like to keep that you can like learn from, that can be a really great way to bond and connect.
Well, and the biggest thing I think for people is like I'm actually very socially awkward. I am personally see, this is funny. I'm an introvert. I am 100% personally an introvert.
Liar.
Nope, dead serious. So dating for me was scary because it's one-on-one interaction.
Oh, that's so fair.
But I'm an extrovert business. You put me on a huge crowd and a reptile crowd, fish crowd, I can work that and own that.
It's because you're confident and you know what you're talking about, and so you don't question yourself in that department at all. That's so interesting.
But yeah, I'm an introvert. I would rather hang out at home or go hiking or go fishing or those kinds of things than be in groups with people.
It's so funny because I feel like we've both very much always related to you since we very first met you, but I think it's because like she is the extrovert. I have learned as I've gotten older. I used to think I was an extrovert, but now I'm very much like, no, I'm a little bit more of an introverted extrovert. Like I can turn on the extrovert, and I feel like you're very much that way.
Oh yeah, I turn on the extrovert
because you can turn that on like real quick
once I need to. Absolutely.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, I think that puts us in a really good kind of like stopping spot. Oh, never mind.
I do have one last question, just because you are the queen of USARK.
Oh,
you are. This is a very important. I was like, hold on.
We went on a whole different tangent.
Yeah, I was like, hold on, very important.
My questions fell on the floor, so.
I saw that. I thought you had it in your head, but I got it. Usually it's you saving me with the questions. This time it's my turn.
Ooh. It's because of the one mic sitch.
It totally
is.
Eventually we'll get that third mic. But you are obviously the queen of USARK, and that is something I feel like a lot of times when people start in the hobby, they may not know anything about USARK, and then all of a sudden they see some posts and they're like, oh my gosh, we're going to lose our rights to our pets. What's going on? And it's like USARK's all over it. What does that mean? What do you guys do? So like our question essentially was like, what exactly does USARK do? We know, but we want to kind of help the listeners. And how do people get involved in it? And just all about it.
So USARK is United States Association of Reptile Keepers. So we're the ones that fight for the rights to keep reptiles. Mm-hmm. So in your homes, your businesses, and it comes full force around the entire United States. So we're United States wide, and we even go county, citywide as well. So pretty much anything that comes up, USARK is the one that's going to fight for your rights to make sure that we get to still continue to keep those animals, because there's always people trying to take those rights away from us. Yeah. So, without USARK, we wouldn't have shows like this. We wouldn't have our pets. We wouldn't have our family. And a lot of it comes down to education again. Mm-hmm. So they just don't understand that these are part of our family. Like dogs and cats are also part of us, but also our reptiles are. So that's what USARK comes in. If you want to be interested in USARK, it's easy. You can volunteer for free at shows. You can always reach out to me if you want to volunteer. You can sign up for our newsletter. It's absolutely free.
I'm on the newsletter.
Yep. So what USARK does for everybody is we take all the like crazy jargon, like the stuff that's
all the legal stuff that we don't want to read. And even if I do read, I'm like, I don't know what this means.
No, and I don't even do that either, because like sometimes it's like crazy. Like I can't sit and pick out words, but Phil Goss, who's president of USARK, he's the one who literally takes all that crazy stuff and then turns it into elementary terms for people like even me to understand it. Yep. And then he makes it easy. So if it's an alert, he'll put, here's who you need to email, here's an example of what to email, and please do this by this date. So we take all the like crazy hard work and turn it into easy work, and we just need people to hit send, literally most of the time. Hit send or make those phone calls, send those emails, or even show up to them.
Right.
So we let you know when there's something you can show up to and just be there. And you don't even have to talk, but if they see people in that room, they're going to be like, oh, okay, these people are serious.
Oh, people care.
Yeah, exactly.
This is a big, this isn't just something that we can do away with and people will just like blink and be like, oh, that's fine.
Correct. Yeah. So the more people we get involved, the better. And it's absolutely free for the newsletter.
Love it.
And then if you want to be a member, it's $40 a year. And you get a free shirt with that.
Yep.
So, but yeah, you can get on the newsletters for free. Get on our website that has all of our alerts, our Facebook, our Instagram. We also have YouTube. So yeah, everybody can just follow us there.
And you guys, at all of the shows, you guys also do a really big auction at the end to raise money, which is a very, very exciting, fun event.
Yep. So. Without all our people that donate, we wouldn't be able to do the auctions, and everybody that doesn't, comes to the actual auctions for us. you
Yeah.
know? And then all the volunteers. So USARK is a volunteer organization. So
Love it.
so everybody that you see collecting and all that, they're all volunteers because they all want to be involved with USARK because they all have animals at home and they want to make sure to fight for those rights for those animals.
Yeah. Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Well, I think now we're in a good
Yeah.
spot.
Oh my gosh.
to
I
wrap
can't
it all
believe we
up.
forgot about USARK. We just went on our tangents. That's what
I know,
happened.
but
So it
that's
made
what
it
we
fun.
do literally
Yeah.
every expo when we see you. We're always like, what are we talking about today?
What are we going to do?
Sorry about that, but I'm glad we recovered.
Yeah.
So
It was perfect.
it was
Between the two of us, we always recover.
Yeah,
This is
see?
true. This is true.
It was smooth sailing. I even forgot about it. And look, I mean,
You're
come on, I'm
your
wearing the shirt today.
I know. I'm
And
staring
at
at
the
it this
show.
whole time. No. Okay, so we shared where people can find you.
Yep.
Where can people find you in your pet shop?
Yep, it's called the Pet Shop. Pet Shop AZ in Mesa, Arizona. Yep.
And you guys are on Instagram.
Yep, we're on
so-
Instagram. I'm on Instagram, Facebook for the Pet Shop as well. Yep.
We'll put the links down in the description below.
Ooh, that sounds fancy.
Yes. Also, as an honorary guest, you get to get one of our free. Well, we'll get a free shirt.
Ooh.
Have you thought about which design that you want?
I like the Bite Me.
Bite me.
How can you not have the Bite Me? And I love the
Well,
pink and purple too.
We'll hook you up after this.
Awesome.
But otherwise,
Fantastic.
that is a
Thank
wrap.
you.
As always, follow Vanessa, the
Yep.
Pet Shop, USARK, all those things. You can check me out everywhere. Neptune and Chameleon, you can check her out. Lyssa's Lizards. Follow the podcast. Otherwise, thank you guys so much for watching. It's so much fun for us to do guests whenever we come to these in-person shows. Otherwise, we'll catch you guys in our normal set, normal time, normal place, Tuesdays. Thanks, girlies.